it's Josie from Cornell Farms. I'm here at the patio today and I was going to give you a lowdown on pansies and violas. So pansies and violas are a staple in our climate. They grow extremely well. They're actually a perennial here. So if you bring home any of these pansies and violas, you can enjoy them for years to come. So a little bit about the differences between pansies and violas. Right here I have a pansy with a frilly petal. And pansies typically have larger flowers than violas do. They also often have a blotch. You can see it very well on this one because it's a light colored flower. So we sometimes refer to this as the face of the pansy. And pansies are credited to the breeding of William Thomson, who was an English gardener. And then the species, Viola whitrocknii, was developed by a Swedish botanist, William Rockney. So here I have a huge variety of different colored pansies. Some of them do not have a blotch. Some of them just have these whiskers, which are very cute. And some of them have the really traditional bicolor like this one here. Right here I have a beautiful box of a special variety of pansy called the Cool Wave. We grow these here at Cornell Farm every year. And this variety is special because it trails. So you can put this in a hanging basket for the winter time, or you can plant it at the edge of a pot and it's going to cascade really beautifully and grow quite nice and long throughout the season. So there's a nice variety of colors. I think my particular favorite is probably the purple magenta one, but they're all really beautiful. A little bit more about pansies in different parts of the world. They're grown almost everywhere. The most successful breeding has been in the US, in Germany, and Japan. And the word pansy comes from the French word penser, which means thought or remembrance. So it's said that if you want to show someone that you're thinking about them, you would give them a bouquet of pansies. In Mandarin Chinese, the name for pansy is sansi jin, and sansi means three colors, jin is violet. And so the reason it's called a three-color violet is obviously they mainly have three colors. And there's a little bit of story in China about why it's called a three-color violet. So it was said that Cupid was shooting his bows and arrow, and being mischievous, he shot through the pansy, and the pansy cried from its white face, and then it bled, and it formed three different colors on the petals. So, a little bit of fun facts. Next we're going to take a look at violas. Violas have a smaller bloom than pansies. They traditionally also have two petals that go up and three petals that go down. So the wild species look different from a pansy. Also a huge array of colors. Again, they are edible just like pansies are. You can eat the flowers, you can eat the seed heads, you can also eat the leaves. They look really great in a salad or on top of a cake. You can put the leaves into soup or use it as a tea. This one happens to be one of my favorites. I just love the blue and the yellow and then the cute little whiskers on there. And they tend to be more profuse bloomers than pansies. Pansies have larger blooms but fewer, and violas tend to have more blooms but they're smaller. Violas are also a little bit more heat tolerant. So while pansies kind of peter out in the end of summer, violas tend to keep going and blooming a little bit better. But with pansies or violas, you can always shear back the plant by half in midsummer when it's not blooming well. That way it can put some more energy into making blooms for fall. So they typically bloom from September all the way through winter, and then they have a really profuse bloom again in springtime around March and April. There are also three varieties of the Viola cornuta that I wanted to mention because they're actually in a subcategory called violetas. These have an exceptionally compact shape, a really nice vanilla fragrance, and they tend to be even more heat resistant than a typical viola. So these are Viola Etane, which is an English introduction, Viola Columbine, and Viola Rebecca. They're all really beautiful cultivars, so I hope you can check those out as well. Welcome! You've arrived in one of Cornell Farm's greenhouses. This greenhouse, as you can see, is completely dedicated to growing violas and pansies for our patio. The majority of the pansies and violas that we have for sale up at the patio come from right here. My last tip about pansies and violas is it's very important to deadhead. The thing is, with deadheading them, it's really easy. So you can just take your fingernail and pinch it back. That way you're going to ensure the plant is going to be producing more flowers and not producing seeds. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!